Oof, now that is harder.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Chad, if you guys have any topics you'd like to talk about, I'll actually check Discord real fast and see if there's anything that's popped up. Oh, my phone's gonna die.
I can also pull up Discord. Yeah, man, I wish Caden was better.
It's because he's not a standard character.
Yeah. I mean, like, I actually think he's insane under Earth. Caden 2. But if there's all these decks that are blowing you out in turn 2, flipping all your opponent's foundations ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
He does get to destroy them, though, which is cool.
Yeah. Destroy the face downs or face ups?
Face downs.
Okay.
He says after his attack deals damage, destroy one of your opponent's face downs. You get a pick.
Interesting.
After your opponent increases the speed or damage of an attack, check a 5, flip one of their foundations. So, like reduction. Or does it get to do a reduction? I was told that it works the same way as like a TK.
Can I read him?
Yeah.
If I can read him, then I will be able to tell you.
He's like worded differently than how TK is, but I don't know if the new rules apply because that's like he's a real old character. Oh no, I'm logged into the different account. I had to log into the UFS Ultra account.
Yeah.
To fix the description. I had to change the Dr. Wily deck list because it was Goro. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, buddy. You don't have him. Response check 5. After your opponent increases the speed or damage of an attack, turn 1 foundation in your opponent's staging area face down. You get to pick. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that totally counts.
So you get to do like twice off of whatever?
Yes, but the thing is you have to do it before they play the attack. If you care about it, just because of how TK works, because it gets the damage bonus before you actually make the check. Anywho, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking.
3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm gonna double check that I hit record. Hold on. Yeah, we're good. All right, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on TCG University for the card game UniVersus. My name's Tam. Today I'm joined by
Tyler
and Jeff.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we've taken a bunch of your guys' UniVersus topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that said, a little bit of housekeeping before we jump into it. If you like the show, please go out to patreon.com/TCG University. Sub out there at any of the levels. Get some really awesome access to not just the show live, but it's also ad-free. You get communication with us, as you can see down in the chat down below. Just really come out and talk to us. If you don't have any bucks to toss, that's totally chill. You can go out and find it on youtube.com/TCG University or your podcast services around the globe. The more that you can share and like and review, the bigger and better that we get, and that would be really, really awesome. Big shout out to our Patreon sponsors, though. We've got Addie, Andrew Dang, Anthony Albino, Bryce Rasak, Chris Miner, Clay Cardwell, Jay Rogers, Jarrett Hubbard, Jesse Morrison, John Stone, Justin Farst, Justin Hobbs, Kat Maria, Kevin Broberg, Kieran Vision, Lucinda Ludica, Okemawa, Paul Casagrande, Ransom, MacArthur, Peyton Kiker, Samantha Stevens, the baddest bitch around, Sean O'Brien, Teodoro Ruiz, and Tyler Zampies. Big shout outs, guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. Just like Cards Custom Build, Inked Gaming, and Dex Protection, but we will talk about those sponsors a bit later. Tyler, how has your week in UniVersus been?
It's been fun. I've been building more retro decks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm still having a blast with it.
Cool. I'm happy that you're happy. What's on the docket for Retro Round 3?
Caden 2. And Satoshi 2.
Wow.
Right now.
Okay.
But as we discussed in the pre-show, Scorpion is also, I guess, going to be put on that list.
For sure.
Yeah.
If you don't build him, let me know and I will.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Jeff, how about you, man? Any crazy revelations?
I don't know. I got one deck decided. I'm gonna be playing Pyron.
Okay.
On 1 dot.
That is Jason Horonsky's. That's one of his favorite decks. Yeah.
It looks pretty sweet. We're gonna play it under the void.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Downward Spiral's cool.
Yep. Hey, if you can't block my attack, then you're gonna take an extra 5.
I mean, that makes sense.
Right.
Why wouldn't you want that? I have Whitzel going to be on my to-do list, as well as Tomahawk Man. I'm thinking about Elizabeth. I wanted to make a CA deck work, but like the idea that I had just works better in Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
I want to I want to play Vega at some point. Like I got a big long list. I actually made a big long list of retro characters that Tam would be super down to play.
So I knew you were totally into CA, but I thought CA with Spiral would also be really good.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I'm not in the wrong.
I'm sorry, that's mine. I screwed you.
Oh, we are on Jeff. That's okay. But yeah, I've got a ton of stuff. The Dr. Wily profile is out. And honestly, that's all I can think about. It's just constant just think about Dr. Wily and how much freaking fun that was.
Maybe you need to play it under a different symbol.
Nah. I'm not over here trying to make everybody hate me. But even like after I've played it, like there's just so many good changes that I want to make to the deck already.
Yeah.
Like I just want to take out like there were 7 cards that I'd be stupid on to change, which like doesn't sound very much, but like that deck is really really tight as is, with like what you are and aren't allowed to play.
Mm-hmm.
I played King this past week, and that deck was insane.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the only reason I lost that tournament is because Natalie is like so silly.
Cheaty.
That character actually just cheats when it comes to playing cards.
Yep.
Silly.
Yeah.
I'll stuff your card pool 7 deep. Form, I'll pass this card. Got him. But yeah.
Would you play Dr. Wily for the retro event coming up?
Online?
Yeah.
100%.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't think so. Here's what I think. I think that Foundation Destruction is so prevalent inside of retro that I don't believe people are going to practice for it. I don't believe people are going to prepare for it. I think that Dr. Wily has such amazing tools and is so consistent with that deck. I think that deck's so consistent. And the only reason what?
It definitely did seem it.
The only reason that deck lost to Iori was the fact that I think Iori got a little lucky and I just drew hot garbage. And I actually keep doing that in the rounds that matter. I don't know what's happening when it comes to my shuffling or what, but like the reason that I'm losing is not because I feel not to dismay you guys is that like my deck is not cooperating. I'm not like getting outplayed or whatever.
Sure.
Like in the King match when I played,
Yeah.
I not to give away too many spoilers, but I fucking mollywopped whatever James was playing. I think it was just Natali. Like there was a turn against Natali that like I drew 2 foundations and then a bunch of attacks, and I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna see how many attacks I can throw.
Yeah.
This deck wants to play with 20 foundations on board, so I can block, reversal, stuff, everything that you do. Nothing we can do about it. Happens, and it just didn't. And so like, there's against
I faced Hiei and Natalia then.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 decks.
Yeah, and I demolished Hiei. Like it was insane.
Yeah.
You watched every turn. I put 3 cards in his card pool.
Yeah.
And then like on my turns would debuild him a foundation at least, and then put more cards in his card pool and poke him and poke him and poke him. Yeah. There was one turn that he got really close, but Prepare to Fight's insane.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just learning a lot of cool stuff when it comes to retro. But yeah, I for sure play Dr. Wily. I don't think that that there's enough answers to stop characters in the game.
Sure.
Just because like Bang doesn't exist.
Yeah, to prevent you from just
Going off.
decimating them. Yeah. Okay.
And like you get 4 Tagore brothers for their onboard answers to your destruction.
Yeah.
So silly. So silly. All ages and Y's you. The fuck you will. Being able to loop ages and Y's be able to loop Tagore Brothers off of Moondance Ritual, and then hit them with the Moondance Ritual, and with Dr. Wily pick back up your Moondance Ritual. So as long as you don't remove the Tagore Brothers from the game, every turn you've got Moondance and Tagoros in your hand
Yeah.
because of how Dr. Wily is worded.
That's pretty crazy.
Isn't it? Right? And I only saw this combo like halfway through that event. Anywho, that's long over. That's so long ago. I want to talk about now. I want to talk about standard. I want to talk about the best 10 decks in the game. And so it's going to take me just 1 second. Kevin, motherfucking Broberg, I'm actually going to pull it up here, has decided to go ahead and pull... I'm going to come here and then come here. Does that work? Nope. 1 second, guys. Hold up.
You could go to the r/UniVersus Reddit. That is where I found it.
Oh no! You know what? This is gonna work. Hold on.
Are they
Hey,
seeing
all right.
all
Now,
this?
so now they'll see our screen.
Okay.
All right, I'm in it. I just took me 1 second. So he has put out this ask or all our ideas, and he's listed every character inside of standard, and he's asking who would win. And so what I want to do for like the first topic, like the very first
Sure.
topic, let's just do a handful of these.
Okay.
Let's just talk it out, right? We've got Asmoth Katarina versus Mike Hardiman. And I'm going to try my absolute best to stay out of the voting. I want to be the tiebreaker if necessary.
Okay.
I want you guys to vote and give me a small elevator pitch for why.
My vote is for Mike Hardiman.
Why?
I think he's aggressive enough. So like I just see like Mike Hardiman being an aggressive deck that I don't know if like Asmoth and Katarina could keep up with.
Okay.
I think they require a little bit to like get going,
For sure.
and if you can just say no to that, I think you're good.
What about you, Jeff?
I mean, it's really tough, right? Because like
I expect he's
Kinda feel like-
way more shot from the hip.
I feel like Hardiman only has like one scary attack usually.
Which is in the turn?
Yeah.
That's fair.
There's
So
fireworks.
I don't know because it's so hard, right? Because we know an amazing Asmov Katarina deck.
Do we?
Don't we?
Do we?
Don't we?
Are you talking about James's deck?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it in forever. Like,
Well, he has like what 80 versions or something.
yeah. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're good. That means that he's tried 80 ideas.
I honestly think that he's just like 80 is whatever, and then 81 is he adds one card in. I think that's what he's doing.
I wouldn't know. Yeah, I've not played against his Asmoth Catter deck in forever. Make a decision right now.
Right. Mike Hardiman.
All right, cool. We've got Jackie Briggs versus Song Mina, 5-hander fight. Both have the water symbol.
Jackie Briggs.
What do you think?
Yeah, Jackie. Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
I think she's an 8-hander, not a 5-hander.
I would personally vote for Mina, but I appreciate it. Hey, I said they both have the water symbol. They super don't have both
They
have the
don't.
water symbol.
They're 5-handers.
What an idiot.
That is
What a
reason
dummy
why
I am.
I
What a hard
gave
one.
it to-
Plant Man versus Cassie Cage.
Cassie Cage.
Cassie Cage.
Well, apparently that was not that hard.
Plant Man's like, okay, here's my reason for not choosing Plant Man and why I'm not about to pick him now
Okay.
is because he's before Bebop, so in my mind he's garbage.
Interesting.
He's trash tier.
I think Plant Man is actually incredibly, incredibly good. Like, very, very good.
I'll never know.
Well, I guess you're right because of how the campus championships work. You know what? I'll make Plant Man this week for the retro format. Fuck you.
I also think that I'll just never face him ever.
I think he's got like on the turn that he needs to kill you, he's got the tools to do it.
Sure.
Under life, he's got so much to just accidentally put you in my momentum and then make my attack massive.
I mean, I've seen the deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
Fair enough. Well, we have another vote. Asmoth Katarina versus Plant Man.
Asmov Cannery.
Okay.
All right. Well, what were you getting outvoted? Joffrey 1 versus Vicious. Flash or flip? That's the question. That's the question, ain't it? You got 5 seconds.
Vicious.
Vicious? Tell me why. I want to play Joffrey so bad.
I don't know what in my mind. I don't know what Joffrey does, but I feel like he requires some amount of foundation to do stuff.
Okay.
In my mind.
Okay.
I know he freezes a bunch of stuff. So I think Vicious is better.
We're clicking Vicious. That's fine. Jet versus Joffrey. Stun versus Flash. Keyword fight.
I think it's going to go to Jet as well.
Listen, Jeffrey's bad. Jet.
What? I think Jeffrey's nuts. I think Jeffrey's super good. Once per turn Flash a thing? That's great. But I guess it's Jet. No, do you agree? Jet? He said went with Jet. And Nye versus Plant Man. Now we're getting crazy, huh? These can't be contending for number 1.
Edward and Einward.
Edward and Einward?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know I gotta pick my team.
Sure. That's fine.
He's got a cute dog.
You guys, I don't think I've agreed with like a single pick you guys have made.
All right.
Malin 1 versus Spike 2.
All right, we're gonna agree this time, right?
I honestly don't know. What do you think?
A little bit spicy. I'm going to pick Malin 1.
Ooh. Why?
Looking at her now.
Sorry. Who are you picking?
Spike.
Thank God. We have a fucking talk.
Right. I looked at Malin as like she's a 5-handed that is water.
Ew, gross. Oh, sorry. You mean air ground smash. Sure.
Yeah. So I looked at it as like, you know what? I think this actually could be really good. You can just draw 1,000,000 attacks.
Yeah. Do we have a deck list on the channel that is incredibly, incredibly good, stacking both of them?
Right. So I think that she just hasn't been looked at enough. Maybe. I faced her at Worlds this last year, and I beat her, but I think that was a little bit like lucky.
So let's look at what the question actually says. Who would win?
Yeah.
Right? Who would win, Malin or Spike 2? You said Spike 2, you said Malin, and they're clashing. This is for finals.
Yeah.
Of whatever's happening. Who would win, Malin or Spike 2? I'm gonna go with Spike 2 only because Malin doesn't have access to hand cannon. I think Spike 2 is still one of the most aggressive, oppressive aggro characters in the game.
Sure.
28 vitality. He clears his card pool. He gives whatever he wants multiple. In his own kit, he has a way to ready his character to then multiple again. Like, there's so much happening inside of Spike 2 that it's just so bread and butter and that you can't interact with until you Insect Puppeteer hand cannon him, and then he's fucked. And then he sits there and he goes, I literally can't do anything. I would give it Spike 9 times out of 10 versus almost every single deck in the entire game until you give me a life character who has access to or an access to Dark Chirito, right? Dark Chirito or hand cannon. Those 2 cards just like demolish him.
You really think is that good?
Yes, I actually do.
Huh.
I think Finding What's Lost is not a fair card. I think
No.
it's not a fair card. There's so much that you can do with Spike to just like Big Cannon Ace Maneuvers is like a deck all to itself, and then the rest of it could be whatever the fuck you want it to be. You could toss in literally any. I think Air, Death, and Life all have such amazing utility tools that can like just demolish you. I've got such a hard on for Ovipositor. Spiked Ovipositor is insane. I'm gonna turn this 1 attack into 6 attacks. That's better than Shadow Slicer.
I guess.
like there's and not to mention under Life you get all of Cassandra's support. Under Death you get under Death, you get things like Casa, right? Oh, I'll just grab my extra momentum. Hey, I'll give this. Hey, this is a 7 high for 5, and now it has multiple 1. I already gave myself the momentum, and so here's 2 7 high for 5s you have to deal with. oh, okay. Oh, geez, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, I think Spike is insane. I think Malin 1 dot is so demanded to play Air Ground Smash, where like she's pigeonholed in this one card to make her work, whereas Spike just murders you, but gets railed by one card. That's how I feel, and that's why I'm picking Spike too.
Yeah, he said literally everything I was thinking.
Donovan 2. I'm really good at that. using my mouth noises. Donovan 2 versus Zhanghua. Holy, let's talk about.
Oh my
all right,
goodness. What a matchup.
Oh my God. What the hell is this? Donovan 2 response after anybody blocks, draw a card. Zhanghua response after anybody blocks, play an attack.
I think it's going to go to Zhanghua.
Why do you think so?
I think reversal after block is better than draw after block.
Interesting.
Especially when you give everything stun.
No
Okay.
way. Donovan 2.
Why?
All right. So, like, sure, I don't know. There's probably some amount of draw that Zhanghua can have, but every time I block, I get a draw card. And I'll.
It's not just every time that you block, it's every time she blocks too.
Right. Well, anyway. And then I get to play Owl Shield. Right?
Under Donovan?
Do you?
He's got Owl Shield. He's got.
No.
Does he have good?
He does not have good. I believe
But
he
had
has
Earth.
Order Death All.
Oh, then I guess not.
Yeah, Order Death All. Here's my reason
But
that
still-
Donovan 2 wins.
But still, you get a
Enhance Commit, your 3 damage attack, doesn't do anything. All of Zhanghua's support has got like 8 keywords on it. And he says, commit, this attack gets plus or minus X. X equals the number of keywords on that card. Not to mention, she gives another +1 to the stun. So as long as you have at least one foundation, which I don't know, maybe like your character or something, you can just be like, hey, yeah, you played an attack. It didn't do anything. And so Zhanghua's response is not nearly as active as Donovan's response is, because he'll get the free draw and then just commit this. Under the all symbol, you get Sense Immortals, and so the stun doesn't work. I would personally pick Donovan too.
All right. I'll concede.
Get outvoted. Jet versus Vicious. The plant man killer.
Jet.
5 seconds.
Yeah, Jet.
All right.
He doesn't need his foundation.
I was going to say Vicious. Jackie versus Rando.
Rando.
5 seconds. Shoot from the hip.
Jackie.
Why? Ooh, got to fight.
Like I just think she's so good because she does have like, 8 or like 11 cards in her hand because of like air ground, and then
Her draw.
I'm done. Yeah, and then I'm done attacking. I'll draw on my turn, or on your turn. So, that lets you block more things to prevent Rando from getting momentum. Like they'll only have their like his support really to get momentum.
Yeah.
So
What about you?
I kind of feel like his support's good enough that he can just melt people.
He can do 32 or 33 fucking easy.
Yeah.
Super easy.
I think that having so many cards in your hand doesn't matter unless you like actually build out. And then if you give him any sort of leeway, he just kills you.
I think this is actually a really tough one. I like the fact that you guys are making me choose this one. My thing with Rando is he doesn't actually have really good targets for his form. Airground Smash is the best card inside of Jackie's deck, but like as soon as you see all those in the discard pile, then like it's over, right? Like she no longer gets to turn out this engine. So maybe it's something along the lines of like depending on the symbol, like she could be playing Textsphere, which is fine but not amazing in Rando. I think I'm actually gonna give it to Jackie. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Jackie.
All right, sure.
Yeah, I don't think Rando. So the thing is, like, aggressive all Rando is very, very strong. It's very, very potent. But I think because under life, which personally I think is the best Jackie symbol, you get access to really good low blocks. You get Nightmare Tears. So depending on how smart Jackie is with either under life, you've got really good low blocks, or under water, you just get to like pretty much auto see bang. Like because we're talking standard still.
Right.
Just banging rando on the important turn. I've got 7 momentum. Bang. Okay, well, I guess it's your turn. Oh, all right. Then I'll powerful and kill you. I'll just murder you. We're going to do like 5 more. Ken 2 versus Jet.
Ken.
I agree. Ed 9 versus Jackie Briggs.
Jackie. And 9 can't.
I agree.
5 cards in a turn.
I agree with Jackie.
Jackie Briggs. Cassie Cage versus Dejanet 1 Dot. This is the easiest fucking thing I've ever seen. This is so easy. This is so unbelievable. This is the easiest choice that we've had all day.
Dejanet.
Yeah, Dejanet.
It's totally Dejanet.
Yeah.
Cassie's not allowed to play a bunch of foundations before the shit. Hey, put that thing back in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to tap 3 more foundations in order to play this thing. Thank you. Voldo versus Devora. Wow, what a good... This is the fight that we came for.
Voldo.
Why?
He gets to pick up an attack every single turn.
He said, why? We coming in here with that trash.
All right, I'm into it.
Why did you think that Devora was going to win?
Me?
Yeah.
I think Devora can accidentally find a better hand than Voldo can.
Sure.
I think Devora...
I think she can also accidentally die to anything.
I don't disagree with you, but Devora gets to take, because of how random Voldo is, she does get a bit of a chance to prepare for that. And as long as you have as long as you have an answer for Downward Spiral, Devora can beat Voldo. Understand that, so Downward Spiral is what the obvious Voldo inclusion. And literally every character can randomly die to Downward Spiral. I think Devora is more consistent at killing a 19 Vitality character than Voldo is. I think Devora is a very volatile, crazy volatile character under all 3 of her symbols. Even Chaos right now. I think that, she'll just murder you. There's not much you can do about it. Spike 2 versus Faye.
Spike 2.
Spike 2.
I think it's Faye.
Spike 2.
Ooh.
Cassie Cage
okay, hold
versus...
up.
Yeah.
Let's pretend like we go back.
This is super easy.
Why do you think Faye's so good?
I think Faye is if you stick with her and you put the time into the deck, I think she could be the best deck in the entire game. Actually the best damn deck in the entire game.
Do you really think that?
I actually believe that. I believe that nobody has put in the time into Faye Valentine to make her work. I do not believe us as content creators, we do not have that time. We don't. We don't have that time because every week we are pushing towards a new deck. If we were just professional players, if we shut the whole channel down and we scummed you guys all out of your Patreon money and just said, we're going to all spend this time and make the best Faye deck in the entire game, she would be the best character. I believe that.
Under what symbol?
Any symbol. I don't know what symbol. Every symbol. Try every single combination of cards inside of her. She does fucking everything. She does getting a momentum once per turn, or once per enhance, is so nutty. That's so insane. Are you fucking kidding me? Just for free?
I mean,
For
I agree.
free?
I agree.
We banned Fatality in Retro because it was so scary to have 1 momentum per turn, right? And I'll just be like, man, I guess that card doesn't have a block. Yoink. That one neither. Yoink. Oh, my Skull Bear is on live. You better not attack me again.
I so want to be in the same camp as you. I'm sitting out. I am at the edge of camp. There's a little line that you guys drew around camp. I'm standing right behind that line. We're all over here
hanging out with Faye Valentine, and you're like, man,
I have the biggest desire to come into the camp, but I just don't know if I can.
Do you want me to make a retro Faye Valentine deck?
Not...
Because I won't make it this week, but I'll make it in 4 weeks.
I'd rather make it.
I have to look through every fucking card.
I'd rather make a standard one. Because I want to I want to play Faye so bad. I want to actually be good with Faye so bad. She's probably one of my favorite characters in the game.
Why is she your favorite character?
Because
she does everything.
She does everything. She does everything.
Everything. Hey,
because I
plus speed minus speed, plus damage minus damage. Grab a free tech attack or an asset. Are you kidding me?
It might just be that I built
grab an asset. So we have 2 Soul Caliber sets. Are you fucking with me?
It might just be that I built 2 extremely cheeky Faye decks that are so fun to play.
And that is why I value Fae so much, is because, like, I think those decks were good. I don't think they were great. I didn't want you to go... So, like, if we could have rewound time, right? The deck that you should have taken to Nationals was the Shotgun Fae deck.
Yeah,
You should have.
probably.
You should. You should have fought for it.
Yeah.
I want to play Shotgun Fae. My name's Tamron Cardwell, and I'm a wee young pup, and I suck. Don't play that deck. You should be like, actually, fuck yourself, Tam. I'm going to play that deck. That's what you should have said. And then at the same time, you should have been like, hey, man, instead of taking this shitty... how about you take a fucking fun deck? We could have teamed up, and I would have played Astaroth 1-dot, and you'd have played Fae, and we would have gone and scrubbed out and had a blast. Right?
Yeah, we would have.
Do you know how many people signed up with Fae?
0.
It doesn't matter. They didn't top, right? You
Right.
could have. do you know how many people signed up for Astaroth? Actually, 0. I checked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure one person played Fae.
0 people played Astaroth. I'm positive of it. I asked.
Okay.
Learned a lesson. Go play fun decks. Cassie Cage or Jury? Oh my goodness! That's
Is that a jury? I
yeah.
guess it is.
I guess I can zoom in, huh?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Wow, I thought it was Jet.
I also thought
did.
it's been Jet this whole Jury this whole time. No, Plant Man beats Jury. Quick. We
Cassie
spent way
Cage.
too much time on
Cassie
Phage. Sure, that's fine. I mean, Jury has Void, and she says discard 2 cards per turn, and then you can discard other ones. Okay, sure, whatever. I'm going to talk about Downward
only
Spiral,
one-
dumb Downward Spiral decks.
Once a game.
Here's
Jackie Briggs.
Jackie.
You guys are insane. You guys are insane. I think Faye...
I'm a Faye hater.
I proved it. Faye beat Jackie in the finals.
I don't know. Nobody's proved it.
I
guess,
did.
I guess you did.
At a PTC,
At a PTC,
I
you did do
won.
that.
It was the finals. Faye versus Jackie, and I did it. No, it's fine. Jackie Briggs. She's so fucking good. Wow, she gets to draw 3 cards.
That deck's not good anymore.
Mike Hardiman 2-dot. Okay. Agree to disagree. Mike Hardiman 2-dot versus Satoshi.
Satoshi. We're talking about Downward Spiral so much. He gets Downward Spiral.
Satoshi 2-dot fucking murders people with Downward
I'm
Spiral.
into it.
Yeah.
He gets a free Downward Spiral.
Okay, 3 more.
Kumatsu.
Yeah, I can with
This is not a question.
Yeah.
3 more after this. Reptile versus Grow. I don't want to have your motto, man. Be a part of the last 3.
Grow.
Interesting. Why do you think so?
He gets 2/2, which sort of.
You think 2/2 is better than 0/3?
Yeah.
0/3 discard a card?
Yes.
What's your thoughts?
Reptile. I think Grow has to throw a lot of attacks, so if you can play a little bit of defense with Reptile, then you can get the swing back. Right, because you're using this +1/+1 to the next, so you want to get as many enhances out of it as possible. So that's what I think.
You're trying to convince me. I'm very on the fence.
I've just always seen Grow as like as a good. Maybe it is Reptile. I'll concede to Reptile if you're on the fence. I'm just holding on to the fence.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm not on the ground
you
yet.
haven't put your foot down?
Right.
That's interesting because I actually think Grow is way, way better than Reptile.
Okay.
Salinka 2 versus Biako.
Something good too.
Yep.
I agree. Salinka 2 is insane. One more.
I love
Here's the
Biako,
last
though.
one. For our boy,
Khan.
Kotal Khan versus Eva 2.
Yeah, it's Kotal Khan.
I agree.
He's in the
So,
top 10.
now that you have seen a little bit and gotten our ideas, what a fucking terror. I don't even know the answer to that.
You could click I can't decide.
I can't decide. Does that count? Oh, I like
Oh.
both ideas. I don't know enough about Raphael. I don't like either idea. Anywho's, big shout outs to Kevin Roberg for talking about for making this, and I want to talk about the results that we have. So these are the top 10 characters, right? 1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Top 10 characters inside of the game, as voted on by us, the good people. Not just me, but
Yeah.
I believe it was 6,000 plus votes. Yeah, 7,000 votes, 7,165 votes
Yeah.
have decided that the community believes that these are the best characters in the game. So tied for first place is Tim, Keef 2, and Scorpion. Do you agree?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think Scorpion's insane. I think Scorpion's nutty banana sandwich. Holy cannoli. And Tim Keefe 2 did not lose anything. He's not gained anything.
Right.
All he has done is not get mollywopped by Shield or Shield Big Bang anymore.
There's no reason to give Scorpion freaking Shadow Slicer.
Or Vicious Madness. My 8 damage throw becomes a 14 damage throw.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'll pay 2. You can't partial. I'll pay 2. If you block it, you burn 2. You bitch. Akuma 2, Lilith, coming in 3rd and 4th. Any surprises here?
Lilith, I feel like Lilith is a little surprising, but also, like, I'm here for it. Like, I love Lilith.
I am too. So like, Lilith, the first time I played Lilith was for the campus championship. I played a retro version, but like I got the main idea of like what it would do in standard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like surprising how like easy it is just to be like, all right, here's 3 attacks. Oh man, this thing has 6/6. That's crazy. After 3 more attacks.
Oh no, that's crazy.
I guess she's pretty all right.
I actually think these characters are like identical. Like if you squint your eyes, these characters do the exact same thing.
Pretty
Akuma 2 dot says
kinda, yeah.
Akuma 2 dot says the more attacks that I play in my card pool, the bigger my shit gets. And once per turn, you didn't play that attack. You didn't play that block. You didn't do that thing. And then Lilith is like, hey, the more attacks I have, the bigger this shit gets. And once per turn, you didn't play that attack. That one's sealed.
I do think Akuma's better though. Yeah.
My thing about this is like this list is really deceiving because both of these characters you have to play so vapidly different against. When I sit down across from Akuma, I play Akuma against Akuma 2 dot so differently than I play against any other character. And the same thing with Lilith. I sit down and I go, well, the most important attack in my hand is going to be sealed if I play it first. You have never known pain in your life until you have sat down across from Tim Keefe playing Lilith 2 as Jackie Briggs. You have no idea the pain.
How many times did he
terrible.
just set down his hand?
I'll play my air ground smash. You'll play a blank card. Tim, I'll play a blank card. Your enhance. I'll pass on all of mine.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll play this getaway fire to lift back up my air ground smash. Hell yeah, I got it back. I'll play this air ground smash. I'll flip the Lilith card. You played a blank card. Hell yeah, I played a blank card. It's all you, buddy. Damn it. He set his hand down twice. Murdered me for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think at the same time, like Akuma is like, oh man, none of the blocks that I'm gonna play are necessarily gonna matter. Yeah. Lord Raptor 2 versus Ken 2 coming in, and all of these have been 1 point away.
Yeah.
82, 81, 80, 79.
I'll agree to this too.
Lord Raptor 2, Ken 2.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Ken
I feel
might
like
be.
Lord Raptor is a little overpowered.
So he's overrated here or
Yes.
underrated?
Overrated.
So you think Lord Raptor 2 should not be inside of the top 5 of the
Right.
best characters?
Yeah.
Interesting. Why do you think that? What a controversial opinion for you to have.
I just man,
I'm kind of agreeing with him.
from my experience at Nationals, Spiral just messes that dude up.
Spiral is such an outlier, though. Like Spiral,
That's true. But
did you fight a Lord Raptor 2 and mess up a Lord Raptor 2 at
Yeah,
playing as Spiral?
Yeah.
Okay, and you were playing Ed 9, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I think I just need a face against a Raptor again because I've forgotten what it feels like. In my mind, it isn't so bad, but I'm sure facing it against if he was across from me, I'm sure old wounds would open up.
So the thing is like Flash Raptor wants to play a bunch of little attacks and like demolish you by death by 1,000 cuts, even though those cuts are pretty hefty. And then the death version plays Guardian's Final Duty exceptionally well, right? Like he will always have more remove cards than you, unless you're playing against the character underneath him, Ken 2, which Ken will have way more. Actually, maybe not. Honestly, maybe not. Anyways, semantics. So like 4 times a game, hopefully he's looking to just be like, hey, discard that attack. Oh man, that thing that's really cool. Get out of here. And then at the very end of the chain being like, shotgun, and I've got a bunch of Lord Raptor cards in my card pool. Eat it. And so like I think Lord Raptor very much has the juice still. I think the thing is he's a 7-hander. We've got a ton of flash hate from the new set and a ton of breaker hate from the new set. And so, like, it's super easy to accidentally find those really good counters. And because the deck is so reliant on this one mechanic, I'm going to use the word gimmick, although it doesn't deserve it. I think that's how you can stop Lord Raptor too.
Okay.
How you guys feel about Ken 2?
I also in my mind I want to say he's overrated. There's a part of me that wants to say he's overrated.
Why so?
I just don't know if he's like, man, I don't know. Like I know you hate me saying that, but I want to say it's because I think he's not consistent enough, but I also don't think that's true because he gets to draw a million cards. So how can he be inconsistent?
So I want to talk more about...
I think it's because he's a 7-hander. He's going to die too easy.
721 Vitality that draws 2 cards every turn. So he can build and attack and hold blocks.
Sure.
As long as he's got the deck for it, right? I think the biggest issue with Ken 2, honestly, is the fact that there's only been a singular Ken 2 deck that has mattered ever. Right. Miles Tyler has laid claim to Ken 2, and he's been very vocal in the community about it. And because of our diversity rule, no other Ken 2 has dared to play the character, right? Nobody has wanted to come to an event and be like, I would like to personally challenge Miles Tyler for a diversity battle.
Sure.
And so we only have 1 point of data for how good Ken 2 is. Ken 2 might be the best character in the game, but because we're only attacking the Ken 2 algorithm by one angle, like he might be better or worse. We don't know. Is Miles carrying Ken 2? Is Ken 2 carrying Miles? We don't have that data because nobody else is willing to put it out there. That's why I don't agree with Ken 2's placement. Not because this is all perceived value. How many people at home have actually played with Ken 2? We've all played with Ken 2.
Yeah.
Right? And there have been people who have played against Miles as Ken 2, but how many well-known, like, what happens when I give Ben Shoemaker Ken 2? What happens when I give Garrett Brett Ken 2? What happens when I give Phil Burt? What happens when I give these characters a character that says literally on every single one of your attacks, draw 2 cards? It's going to be a ton of different options. So Miles has done a ton of great work with Ken, but I think that's the only reason this is so high is because he's seen consistent whatever. Ken might be the best character in the game. Might be the worst character in the game. We don't know.
All right, sure.
Yusuke.
He has a card all to himself.
He
does
certainly
have a
Of
card
does.
all
course
to
he's
himself.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Rando. Is this surprising? Is Rando
Yes.
being in 8th place surprising?
Yes.
Yeah, I also think he's a little overrated. As much as I was talking him up earlier.
You said he's better than Jackie Briggs.
I did say he's better than Jackie Briggs.
Jackie Briggs isn't
she's
on,
not
on the list. So
Yeah.
I guess you were right.
I'm sure she'll be on the next page, but
I didn't even think about clicking on the next page.
I was talking him up a bit. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I was talking him up a bit. I do think he's like has consistency issues though.
Interesting.
Like he's got to get the momentum, and it's fairly easy to stop him from getting the momentum. And if you can stop him from getting the momentum, he can't then do what is necessary to get the momentum. So he's like, because if he can't use his ability, his attacks aren't crazy. If you can stop his not crazy attacks, then you kind of just get a beat him.
Did you see the Alex Marco list that was played?
Yeah,
The all version?
yeah. I saw it play 4 reduction on like turn 3 against me at Worlds.
What do you do?
Alex.
What do you do?
You do nothing.
What a cheeser. The reason that I like Rando so much, so personally when I play Rando, I want to do this silly chaos meme Johnny combo. Look how many ovipositors I can play in a turn. that's what I want to do, right? But the all Rando deck is so much scarier because it's like, I don't need desperation. I don't need reduction to put you in desperation. I'm going to fucking kick your teeth in. So you're always in desperation. And because I'm kicking your teeth in, I'm getting this momentum. And so I think like an actual Rando deck, like a not meme dream Rando deck, will actually just kick your teeth in and do all this silly all stuff. Like all is so good at playing cards on its own turn. Mm-hmm. And they don't get a turn if they're dead.
Right.
There's no reason to defend yourself. You don't got to put up your dukes if in one turn you're like form true identity, play meteor style, give it 1/1, All right, blow up my true identity, bring it back in. Oh no. Oh no. Triple Nutcracker after this? Oh no. I'm gonna demolish you. Aw, man, that's a really cool card. Hope I have +3 to my check when I play it. Fuck you.
Sure.
Ooh, gross. Crazy. Takeda Nightmare. Bring it in. 9th and 10th.
Oh, wait, they're all tied right there at the back.
Oh, they are. Yeah. 74, 74, 74. Huh. Would you consider Rando, Takeda, and Nightmare in the same bracket? In the same...
No. I don't think
I think Nightmare
Takeda...
should be higher.
Takeda got top 4 worlds.
I guess.
Is it the top 4 or top 8? Like, it was... He beat Dave Wagner's Tornalus deck.
Was the last Worlds?
This last Worlds. Yeah.
Was it Tornalus and Tops?
Dave Wagner, yeah.
Eh,
Mopping people with allurophobia.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Ah, man. Allurophobia. And then Dreams. Wonderland Dreams? What's that card? It's the action. It's -1 to your check for each character I have in my staging area. Or some shit. And then if your check fails, you get to draw a card.
Yeah.
So like on turn 1, you're like cats. All right, I'll give it 8 damage. I'll give it another 4 damage. All right, I'll swing it. You check out -3. Did I kill you? I'll double it. Fuck you. Dead.
Was this the cool Takeda deck that you faced?
Yeah, that's very similar. It's running the same. It's running the good engine. It's splicing flame bore on everything, doing a bunch of cool shit like that. Adding in cards, drawing a bunch of stuff.
I guess. Considering that if Takeda did better than... So, like, there wasn't a rando in Tops, right?
There was.
Did Alex got in?
Alex got in?
Okay. Where did he get in? He wasn't in top 4.
He was in top 8 at least. He beat Sam Tate in top 16.
Yo, I didn't pay attention to anybody in Worlds.
That's okay. That's okay.
I guess I'll keep him. Yeah, I'll agree.
I
I'll
love
agree.
this list.
Sure.
I actually love this list. I will say that I think it's not surprising, but it is interesting that, okay, I guess that won't work. We've got 2 major outliers. Like when we look at this list and we think about like what does it mean, right? We've got Tim 2 and
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Tim 2 is only crazy good because of the unbelievable Earth build, the Power Flip build. You could make a argument for Chaos and Void because of Downward Spiral, but has not shown the consistent results that the Earth build has. You've got Scorpion, who was a good character to begin with, and he finally got other support in order to be great. And then the next 4 characters are all Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers characters, and we've had 2 of those banned already. So we would have had Gil and Jeddah up on this list.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so that really tells you how the community feels about Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers as a whole. And they're all within 1 point of each other. 82, 81, 80, 79.
That's insane.
It's very interesting.
The community thinks that Street Fighter Darkstalkers is the best set, hands down, character-wise. And then you've got Yusuke Rando, which is like the main protagonist and the main antagonist of that set. And then you've got Takeda and Nightmare, which are just like... Nightmare got insane because of the most recent support, and Takeda got insane for the most recent support. I think this is a cool list. I think this is super cool. We're going to look at number 2 just real quick. Taki Kodokan, Cassandra, Cassie, Keiji, Yoshimitsu, Shamina.
Jackie's not on this list.
Jackie's not on this list.
She's
Where's
page 3?
Where's Jackie? Jackie Briggs. Hey, page 3. Once we get down to here, like it's super obvious. I could sit here and say that these are all tier 1 characters.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
like these are all A tier. I could sit here and argue about Takeda, but I could want to argue about Takeda, but I honestly couldn't. And then moving down to this next tier, Taki, Koro, Cassandra, Cassie Cage, like I totally agree with all of these. Because it was 74 for the last page, right? And this 73 is the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with all of these as well. Like, I would not be surprised for any of these characters to top. Goro, Spike One, Vicious, Jackie. Like, these would be more surprising if I topped. These are the ones... I can't believe the dark one's all the way down here. That's insane. Look at my boy.
Yeah.
All Might and Vega are the same power level? So confusing. it might have helped that I kept saying I don't know until I found Vega and just up ranked him.
Right.
Remy and Salenka 1, and Salenka 2 was on this other page. Salenka 2 is just so significantly better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is super interesting, and I want everybody in the community to go out and hang out and play around with this. There's so many good good votes that you can do. So yeah. With that, we're gonna go and take a small commercial break. I'm gonna check on my time, and we'll be back. Cards Custom Builds. Are you into cosplay? Looking to get into cosplay? Do you want to show up to events dressed as your favorite character? Well, then Cards Custom Build can help. Cards Custom Build creates everything from cosplay accessories like props, trinkets, or weaponry, all the way up to full-blown costumes. Do you want to make a perfectly flowing cloth, or maybe want rigid battle armor? Cards Custom Build has you covered. The work is guaranteed to make you the talk of the con. So go over to Cards Custom Build on either Facebook or on their Etsy account. Links will be in the description down below. And make sure you mention TCG University to get 5% off your entire order. We're also sponsored by inkedgaming.com. Are you looking to get a custom playmat? Well, then we suggest you check out inkedgaming.com. They have custom playmats, dice bags, mouse pads, and so much more. They even recently added a stitch option to their playmat and mouse pads as well. Stop those frayed edges from happening. Inked Gaming lets you play your game with your style. And if you want to get 10% off of your entire order, use the code TCG University, all caps, no spaces at checkout, and help support us by customizing your game to your style. And lastly, the show is brought to you by Dex Protection. Dex Protection is on a never-ending pursuit to create the highest quality storage and protection accessories. Their design and innovation comes from die-hard gamers and collectors just like you. They're constantly taking in feedback from their customers, and they have no plans to stop their innovations or their drive to refine the products until they're recognized as a leader in their industry. They make terrific products, all with the avid gamer and collector in mind. So go ahead and check them out. The link will be in the description down below. All right, we're back. So, topic 3 is brought to us by one of you, the good people. I'll look him up on Discord here real quick. I want to talk about Mega Thunderzord says the most underrated attacks / foundations. This could be underrated in whatever sense that you feel like. It could be like, I play this card and nobody else plays this card, and that's why it's underrated. Or this card is insane, but not enough people play it. That. And so this is really just going to be a big opinion fest.
Sure.
The point of this video is to educate people, to hopefully that they get to read an additional card and maybe take it, maybe give it a second or third look. And so I'm going to start off with a card that my good buddy James Stevens has pushed on me very, very hard, and that is Blood for Blood. Blood for Blood is an amazing, amazing card and one of the most underrated cards in the game. He says that you should play it out of one of any symbols that can play it because of how good it is in the late game of closing out that gap. I'll pay 2 vitality. If you block this, you'll burn 2. As long as I'm ahead, I'll eventually win the game. You can perfect block everything. You'll still die.
Sure. Okay.
And that's why I believe it is an underrated card. That card has not seen the light of day probably since James and I put it in our Scorpion decks and went and topped an event. Right? Like, that card does not see play whatsoever. Should it be at more than a 1 of? No, I don't think so. But sometimes when you're fighting a Cassandra who builds 1 passes, like, hey, well, all it actually takes is 11 attacks to kill Cassandra. And there's nothing she can do about it. Not to mention if you're Scorpion, you're like, hey, I'll pay 2, pay 2. Every time you block, you'll burn 4. All right, block this vicious madness, dummy.
All right, my instant one has been a favorite of mine lately. You probably could guess it. No? All right.
No.
Profane Sanctuary. That card is nuts sandwich.
Profane Sanctuary?
It's
Yeah, that
so
card's the
good.
same.
I don't know if it's underrated like I think it is, but I think that it kind of sits under the radar a little bit.
I have definitely underrated. I don't
Yeah.
like that card.
The card is,
No?
No.
is
I think
stupid good.
Yeah.
It's a 0 difficulty, so just stick it on the end, whatever. It's fine. And then you don't. There's no cost to the best part of that card. Flip it, whatever. That's fine.
Yep.
And then mostly under those symbols, you want to mill stuff anyway.
I guess. I just know that every time I've put it in, I've like felt bad about it. But
Really?
yeah, because it's just like, man, I don't know if like I really need this in the deck. For me, it always sits on my board, and then I just don't use it because I either never get breakered or I don't need to be milling cards in my discard pile. Under any all deck, it's insane.
Why do you think you never get breakered? Is it possible it's because you're sitting there with a Profane Sanctuary on board and they know they can't breaker you?
No.
They have to do something else?
I just don't see people hit breakers.
I lost against Natalie holding 2 breaker 2 blocks because the way that I had to beat her was to force her to use her character to eat the breaker, and she was sitting with 2 profanes on her board. And I'm like, huh. Well, there's actually nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. They have three outs to just keep swinging attacks. The best way for me to stop, interrupt, demolish your turn, and it's literally flip a foundation, be fine.
Yep.
I think that card is nuts, and it should be played at least a 2 of in everything that can. At least, if you don't have a mill mechanic, you don't have to play more than it. But how many times have you? Oh, I need to go in. Like, think about that card versus Jet. That card's so good. That card's so good.
I'll agree with you. Even though I like it a lot, it's definitely like an insurance policy. And if you really need the space to do some other stuff, then yeah, maybe it's not for you. But like, I feel a little safer having it there. So
Okay.
especially like with my play style. So like,
Can I talk about an overrated card?
Sure.
Protecting the
topic.
Protector.
Really?
Yeah, that card's super overrated. Momentum is such a high cost, unless your name is Faye Valentine.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I know.
That momentum could be doing so many other things, like so many other things, and it's just gonna get to Girlbro anyways. It's like, why does that matter?
I guess.
Ooh, my favorite underrated card, Betrayed by the Family.
I was about to say that.
That card's insane. That card's so aggressive, and like, ooh, yummy,
Sure, okay.
yummy.
I'll give a little one to Massive Blow.
Yeah,
It's just like an 8 damage attack, which is like surprising.
yeah. What's its speed?
3.
Oh, okay.
But that's good under air
It is good under air.
because of the fog blanket. Life Force Thread.
Underrated?
Yeah.
That card's all over the place in Nightmare decks.
Yeah. But nobody else.
Yeah. You think it deserves to have a place in other people?
Yeah. I think it's very easy to give like plus speed plus damage. And then after you do that, Life Force Thread is this every attack afterwards is just great. And
Every life force threat afterwards, at
Sure.
least.
I think just another attack of like here's this big enough attack. Okay, here's this even bigger attack next. Yeah. Also, if it's not blocked, you get a card your momentum and it's a throw. So there's they're blocking it, but it's still dealing damage.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I just think that there are other cards that you want to play over top of it.
Sure.
All right, let me know how this one hits you. Voice of Reason.
No.
No?
I think that card's... I might just be locally, but I think that card's everywhere.
I haven't seen it in a while. For a while.
That's the Lilith card, right?
No.
It's Botan's.
0/5/2 mid block, I think.
Oh yeah.
We'll both discard a card, draw a card.
Yeah.
Underrated?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think that's underrated. I definitely if Pure of Heart was a better card, then I'd agree with you.
Interesting.
But nobody's playing Pure of Heart. So like that
I
card
agree,
is,
but
that card is just extremely
I've
free.
still seen Voice of Reason's play go down.
I think Voice of Reason's play going down is a direct... Why would you punish yourself for an accidental Voice of Heart or Voice of Reason? For an accidental Pure of Heart, or even worse, Big Cyclone, right? It's like I lost against Phil Birch playing as Jeddah 2 dot because I Voice of Reasoned and he just played Big Cyclone. I'm like, huh. Well, I was already fishing for a block for this attack that you've played, and now I have to block this one. And
Whoops.
I can't use the crazy part of Jeddah to give it -5 damage because you have 5 momentum because of Big Cycle.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Flipcat.
Underrated?
Yeah. I don't think I've seen that be played in a lot of decks.
What I mean by the reason I say underrated is I think that card is trash, and it is not better than people think it is. I think it's exactly where people think it is, and bad. Why do you think
Same.
it's good?
Because like once you have, if it's very easy to have 2 momentum, and then you have 3 momentum, then you have 5 damage. You also get a ready foundation. I think that card's nuts. Also, it's like EX3.
Yeah.
I don't know the easy having 2 momentum thing tracks, but
I think it's easy enough. I don't think it's hard to get 2 momentum. May not be like easy, the easiest thing in the world. I don't think it's
again,
hard,
this
though.
might be just our difference in play style.
I guess. You really think that card's garbage?
Yes. Actually, that card's really bad.
How do you feel about Endless Determination?
After committed for a cost,
ready
back up.
once per turn.
Doesn't have a block, right?
No. Oh yeah, it does.
What's the block?
3 high.
Would you guys consider Toughest Punk to be a underrated card?
No, I think it's overrated.
I also think it's overrated. I think not take 3 damage is like not very good. I think things do too much for 3 damage to be where it's at. That card is only good whenever you partially block something 6 damage or more, right?
Right.
And
yeah,
so that
like the best case scenario is you partially block this, so you don't want it like. I'd much rather focus on playing foundations that help you block than help you take less damage.
Sure. Okay.
I think for the same reason that like Wall of Growth stopped being good. Of like, man, I cannot afford to just. This is an 8 damage attack. Well, now it's a 5 damage attack. I still didn't want to take 5 damage. But like, if it's a 6 damage attack, or even let's say it's a 7 damage attack, right? And then I partial block it, I would take 4. I'll flip it down to make it 1. That's fine as long as the card that I blocked with was worth blocking with, right? It feels like it is sitting there as like an insurance, but it's just like a bad insurance policy as opposed to like a good one.
Key to Humanity's Freedom. Do you think that's an underrated card?
What card is that?
The key to humanity's freedom.
I think that card might be underrated now, but okay. So it's in what? What do you think it's underrated in?
I think everything. It's like I don't have the data. I didn't pay attention to whether or not everybody was playing it, but now me playing it more, assets are rampant in the game right now.
Yeah,
and it says that 2 attacks get 2 damage for however many you have out because you have an asset in your staging area.
Yeah.
And if you have like more than one, you get to build in an asset and then do all that stuff.
I didn't click standard. I think that card is actually like one of the best cards in the game
I agree.
currently.
I agree.
And so, but I do think that it's only really good inside of specific decks, right? I'm not sure that there is, because like the asset gets destroyed at the end, right?
Uh-huh.
And so what asset, let's take it back. What's the value of the card? In order for this to work, in order to get full value out of it, you have to have 2. And then you have to destroy 1, and now my +2/+2 is on.
Right.
And I had to destroy a ready foundation as opposed to a committed one. And so I'm no longer getting the most out of it. And then the asset that I build in has to be so proactive that it mattered me destroying it for it then to leave. Ooh. Some of the best assets, in my opinion, are the defensive ones, right?
Yes.
Are the ones that are like, hey, while this exists, I'm not going to die. And those are always on my opponent's turn. And why would I destroy a ready foundation on my opponent's turn to not die when I could just have that ready foundation? Like, unless the asset is so good at defense, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's such a big give and take, right?
Honestly, the only thing I can think of is Clutus when you're in deadlock.
Sure. Which is never going to happen, ever.
Right.
Like, ever.
Right.
I think inside of Ash, card's fantastic. Inside of what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Inside
just
of Cassandra, super good. Inside of, when we're getting to retro, Terry Bogard, card's super good.
Yeah.
Right, inside of Terry, that card's fucking nutty. Hey, I'll bring in this Cormorant. It'll die at the end of the turn. I'll block this Cormorant and bring it down. Now it's not dying. It changed zones.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get that kind of value out of this card, I'm totally down. But I think there's only really select few characters that can do it. Where I think it actually has like some of the most value is you destroy it and add in psychedelic mushrooms. And now psychedelic mushroom says when it enters, it copies anything. And so on your kill turn, you're like, oh, I'll copy whatever cool foundation I need it to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll copy something. Ooh. Ooh.
Is never a day without training. I don't know if I put that as a 4 of in every single deck imaginable. But is that? Do other people do that?
Why do you put it at a 4 of?
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Well, I guess at that point, like, yeah, I have to agree with you.
I just don't know if everybody puts it at a 4 of like I do.
No,
No.
not typically.
I almost
I have
don't
to
ever
be
play the card.
playing
It's new design
like
for
a lot
combat.
of-
Except
lot
if
of
you have an asset, which there are millions of in the name, then it's just a free draw card. I think the card's one of the best foundations in the game.
What about
Oh, go ahead.
Coin Must Ask?
I am down for Quitmas Test to be an underrated card. I think that card actually does a ton. As long as I think that card is very scalable for that card is exclusively reactive, and so its underratedness comes from what's in the zeitgeist right now for my opponent to play. When Tagore Brothers was running rampant, Quitmas Task should have been played more. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're afraid of Bang, play Quitmas Task. You're afraid of Revoke or out of your league, play Quitmas Task because of how potent actions are. The form on it doesn't exist.
No,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was going to
that's-
say the same thing.
Extra. I want to go back to
Never a day?
Never a Day Without Trading.
Yeah.
I think the card's bad.
Okay.
And here's why.
Yes.
I am very much in the Kevin Broberg has corrupted me, and I'm not a fan of Design for Combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I would rather have a card in my deck guarantee that I do something as opposed to a possible lucky draw,
Sure.
right? Why am I discarding a bad card to draw a good card? Why am I playing bad cards? Why doesn't Design for Combat do something else, right? Why doesn't it do something proactive? Design for Combat and Balance Fighter, the discard for the draw too, I could see, right?
Uh-huh.
But we don't have Balance Fighter inside of this format, so like it's really whatever. Unless you have a way to stack cards on top of your deck, which is almost not a thing inside, especially not inside of those three symbols.
It is under all, but
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So I'm super down for it to do that. Under the all symbol, I like Never a Day Without Training.
yeah.
I'm down. But pretty much, I think the idea of, oh man, I got a non-block. Let's pitch this and hope for the best. Like that's not considered a good play.
All right.
If you're ready, so like I've been watching a lot of chess. That is not an excellent move. That is like a good move all the way to a blunder. Like we don't know how good of a move that is. It's so random. As long as since you don't know the top card of your deck, I really need a low block here. I'll discard and draw. Okay. Oh man, I'm attacking. I need to draw another attack. I'll discard and draw a foundation. Well, I just drew a 5 check off the top of my deck. Shit. I might fail my next card. This should have stayed there. Like it's so random. Like just to play a better card there. That I would value. So in replace of it,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I would put Orphan Alchemist over that card. I would rather look at the top card of my deck than draw the top card of my deck.
All right. Sure.
In 99% of the times, I would rather be like, I need to make sure that this next thing works. My next block, I'll look. Okay, cool. I know that it's there. And I'd rather just have the hand prepared. I'd rather sculpt a little better, play the game a little smarter than have to be like, I'm just going to try and sack you off the top.
Ew.
I know. Yeah, what a terrible revelation. All right, you each get like one more, and then we're going to call it.
Forbidden techniques. The forbidden technique.
Yeah, you have such a hard on for that card.
I do. I love that. I fucking love that card. It just does so much.
It does one thing.
It flips, builds in a card.
Uh-huh.
It readies a face down.
Sometimes.
It has breaker 1
Sometimes.
on a 2 high block. The worst part about it is that it's a 3 diff.
Yeah, for sure.
I think building in an extra one is real good.
It certainly can be. But once again,
Oh,
unless you have a way to pick that face down up, it's another random card.
I guess. I'm
Unless you've got an engine with that deck. There are better 3 diffs under all 3 of those symbols.
I guess.
If we played the game, right?
Yeah.
And I put every 3 diff, if I put every 3 diff under the good symbol,
Yeah.
and I was like, which card's better, this 3 diff or this 3 diff? You can
Right.
play one. Like, which would you rather play under the air symbol, God of Thunder or this card?
I guess God of Thunder.
Okay, under the earth symbol, which one would you rather play, the Dark Side of Karma or this card?
See, you're fucking me up because the answer on
Go
my
ahead.
answer
Go ahead.
is
Go ahead.
Forbidden Technique,
Yeah.
but I know that that's the wrong answer.
It is certainly the wrong answer.
I'm just playing
Sorry.
5-handers with that card.
There's
though, and
no
that's
there's
great
no
for
wrong
5-handers.
answer. There's no wrong answer. I apologize. It's no wrong answer.
It is the wrong answer, and I know it, even though I love that card so much.
It doesn't have. I mean, honestly, it doesn't have to be as long as you can capitalize on it.
Yeah.
As long as you can like play a strategy. You're saying you're putting it in 5-handers, right? Which is like a good, solid, fine play. But what happens as a 5-hander? You accidentally rip an attack off the top, and you go, shit. Well, that's one less attack that I could possibly draw ever in my life.
I guess I kind of see it as like a draw one that I didn't have to possibly fail a check for. To just build an extra bit.
I guess it also counts on what does your control check skill look like. Are you playing 2s and 1s? Because if you're playing 2s and 1s, probably shouldn't play a 3 diff. That all it does is say it's that then becomes a win more card. I see it as a win more card,
Sure.
right?
I'll agree to that.
Without a way to pick the card that you built in up or pick it up, I don't like it.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
All right.
I think that it does a good job, but in the grand scheme of things, it is not worth it.
Probably.
You got one more, Jeff. We're in and on you, buddy.
Already, I can't think of anything.
Do you think I
tried.
wanted to have a 10-minute conversation about freaking the Forbidden Technique or whatever this fucking card is called?
Yeah. You got it right.
All right, let me see if I can find one all willy-nilly.
I saw a Showdown. Is that card underrated? Would that card be played in other decks? I've seen people play it in not flash decks, just for like a free 3 damage.
What do you value as, quote, underrated? What is that definition to you?
Is this card like actually good, but people aren't playing it for X reason? Like, I think Showdown has been a card that I have thought, man, I could maybe. It's one of those cards that I could always maybe see in a deck, because like
I've got my last
3 free damage every single turn. Kind of actually seems a little crazy.
I think the big issue with it is the 2/4 non-block unique. It does trigger at response speed, which is good.
Uh-huh.
But then, like, let's pretend that Showdown didn't have the other text.
Uh-huh.
Would you play it? Response once per turn. This attack gets 3 damage on a 2/4 non-block. Unique.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I guess at that point,
I
then
figured
like
it out.
you value cards differently than I do, because I think I would only play that card if I could respond and cancel your shit. The damage is all extra. I have so many cards that do damage. I've got so many better cards that do 3 damage, right?
Uh-huh.
Would you pull up the chart again?
Yeah.
Would you rather play Rid in the World of Outsiders or whatever that card is? What is it
Showdown.
called? Showdown. I almost said Ultimate Dead like 8 times. Which would you rather play? This one's not unique. It's a 2/5. It has a block. It has a commit cost. And it says your next attack gets this. But it also gets speed and damage. And you can flip. And this one gets +1/+1. So it says you have to play 2 attacks as opposed to this one saying you have to play 1. It has a block. It checks a 5 instead of a 4.
I have
It does give more stats.
a little bit of a spicy take, and I think that I'm leaning towards Ring the World of Outsiders like a little bit overrated.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. But that's like the spiciest of takes.
It is pretty. That's a really spicy take.
I don't know if I'm willing to like write it down on paper.
Okay.
Right.
All right. You're just keeping.
I'm just
Fine, keep your
talking out
secrets.
loud right now.
Yeah.
Oops. You said the thing.
Can
you
I
said the
ask
outside.
why you think it's overrated?
I don't like committing cards before I know whether or not I'm about to pass my next attack.
Ooh.
So if it's like, I'll commit these 2, Well, I just committed 2 resources to maybe check a 3 and then be like, man, now my turn is a lot less optimal. I'd rather they stay ready so that I can commit them to play more attacks rather than make this one attack really good.
Interesting.
But that might be a playstyle thing.
I think it's a mentality thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm at.
Okay.
I do understand why it's good, and I do put it in decks that I play. Yeah. I'd rather play more attacks than big attacks. I think that's more fun.
Interesting. See, now we're learning something.
Yeah.
Now when we build decks, there's no reason for. You remember how I told you should play Astaroth 2 dot?
Yeah.
Don't. All right, you got one?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay.
Although, real quick, I believe this, but I'm not sure if you guys will.
Okay.
Venomous.
Overrated?
Underrated.
Underrated.
I think. See, that's so hard because.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, I agree. But like.
You know who can play Venomous incredibly well under the water symbol?
Who?
Faye Valentine.
Hey!
Plays it at 4 of.
Yeah.
Card's insane.
Yeah.
Anything that could say Hellfire Impalement does half as many things is a great card. that's all
No,
you
you
need.
can leave that Shadow Slicer there. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, knock it off.
Yeah, I do.
I'll
think
destroy
that
this
it's
committed
underrated.
foundation to make sure that you don't draw one off your Nutcracker. Stop.
Stop it.
Stop. Don't you dare put that card in your card pool, Tim Keefe. You stop it right now. Here's my last one, and then we're gonna call an episode. Drained by a Kiss. There are so many good cards that I would love to, once they're done, I'll flip them. This does not work against Shadow Slicer, but this does work against things like Dark Chirito and Reduction and. In the same vein that you could take and turn around. And what's the new
Yeah, that one.
Talum card? The foundation.
Yeah,
Innocent Breeze, I believe.
probably.
Yeah, that's it.
Innocent Breeze.
That's too hard to look up right now.
in also in the same camp. There are too many really good cards that need to be flipped. Let's flip them
Ooh, that reminds me of. Can I sneak another one in there?
as quickly as you can. I'm ending the episode.
The
Also,
the
that card's-
matricide and was it Beast Hunter? Beast Hunter.
Yeah, Beast Hunter is underrated.
Yeah.
I think card's exactly rated.
Hmm.
Once again, 2/4 unique, non-block.
All right.
Should be a 1 of and whatever you can play it in. So with that, thank you very much for watching the episode, guys. If you have your thoughts on underrated or honestly overrated cards, if you disagree or agree with our list, let us know down in the comments down below. We would love to hang out and chit-chat with you. So from all of us here at TC University, thank you very much for watching and stay learned.
Get learned.
Ben learned.
We'll see you guys next time.
Love you.